The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it.
This is literally bulletin board recruiting material today for our terrorist enemies.
And so Gaza has become a wasteland, and that's something that we don't talk about, but that's just the truth of the matter. And so you have sort of one alleged criminal and one convicted criminal making plans that are illegal.
Welcome, fellow patriots. Today, we're going to absolutely expose the incredible liberal media and all the hypocrisy of The View regarding Trump's truly bold plan for Gaza. And while the media is indeed losing its mind, Trump is showing that he truly wants prosperity and peace for the Middle East. Shall we expose all the hypocrisy of the left and reveal the truth that they don't want you to know? Next, see how the media is twisting Trump's words to try to create panic.
The devastating aftermath of the Israel-Hamas war has left the people of Gaza displaced. And yesterday, the White House had a joint press conference with Israeli leader Netanyahu about rebuilding. Take a look.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site.
Given what you've said about Gaza, did the U.S. send troops to help secure the security vacuum?
If it's necessary, we'll do that. We're going to take over that piece, and we're going to develop it, create thousands and thousands of jobs. I do see a long-term ownership position, and I see it bringing great stability to that part of the Middle East and maybe the entire Middle East. I don't want to be cute. I don't want to be a wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad. This could be so magnificent.
Many foreign leaders and U.S. politicians on both sides of the aisle were kind of surprised by all of this. Take a look.
I'm speechless. That's insane. I can't think of a place on earth that would welcome American troops less and where any positive outcome is less likely.
We'll see what the Arab world says, but, you know, that'd be problematic at many, many levels.
I haven't seen the firsthand account, but obviously that's not going to happen.
This is literally bulletin board recruiting material today for our terrorist enemies.
Just look at that blatant manipulation. Trump talks about rebuilding and creating jobs, and the left screams invasion. It's the same Zarda script, and it's the same script they're using for border policy. They'd rather see Gaza in ruins than admit that Trump is, indeed, an innovative solution. Now get ready for a festival of hypocrisy that devils Eleds know how to do like no one else.
Did you see Netanyahu's face? He was looking down. He's like, what the? I mean, he was like, who is this? The table, the same question really every day. What is going on here?
Okay, God's honest truth. I was making dinner last night and Justin walks in and he's like, did you hear that Trump is taking over the Gaza Strip and America's going to occupy it? I was like, hon, you're reading fake news. You got to verify those things first. Sure enough, I Google it and it was real. Listen, it's not giving America first or ending endless wars, which, by the way, was one of actually the things that made Trump popular in the first place. He was the anti-George Bush, the anti-we're going to be in the Middle East indefinitely having U.S. troops there. It's a horrible idea. I agree with everyone that we played. But I kind of look at Trump bluster from three lenses. Is he just saying it to distract from other things in the news cycle so we all go crazy? Very possible. Is he just always a real estate developer who just sees things as dollar signs? And third...
Or is he too old for this job?
Right. Or third, which could be all of the above, is he simply starting with the most extreme version of a deal so that what he ultimately does in Gaza seems less crazy than the U.S. taking it over? I don't know which it is, but it's a terrible idea.
The left care about intervening now? Where was their concern when Obama bombed the Middle East? Now, and where was the concern when Obama was bombing the Middle East? Trump is proposing reconstruction and stability, not an endless war with the Democrats. But pay careful attention, because the left's anxiety and panic is about to reach stratospheric levels.
The fact that the whole Middle Eastern conflict between Palestine and Israel is about the land and who belongs there. You can decide on your own, you know, the history and how it plays out. But that's why it's so tumultuous over there. And what I don't understand is he said everyone that I mentioned this to thought it was a good idea. Who? He only surrounded himself with yes people because he didn't want to know if it was a bad idea. But the U.S. is not, the people that put him in office are not going to like this. This is not MAGA. MAGA's more isolationist. They're shut the borders off, don't let anyone in, and let's not get involved in anything abroad. You've got Democrats that stayed home this election because of the conflict in that region. You have Republicans who usually fall in line. No one supports this. And the number one thing, Alyssa, when you speak about the distraction part, terrorism is the problem in the Middle East. That's what people are fighting. The number one way to put a target on the U.S.'s back is to haul in there. That is a recruiting line of let's go get them. So that does not play to the national security he keeps running.
It's amazing how they twist Trump's long-term vision, which only sees prosperity, where others see destruction. And what about the Riviera of the Middle East? That's thinking big, right? But of course, right, it couldn't be any different. For the devil crowd, it's better to laugh than to admit that Trump is right. And now get ready, because you're about to see the peak of media dishonesty.
Fighting on.
Well, I think that certainly, and I think Starr would agree with me, he has no legal authority to do what he proposed.
Hello.
So, you know, that's one thing. He's going to receive, you know, get the resistance, of course, from the United States, but also resistance from Palestinians and the regional Arab countries. So that's not going to happen.
The people that actually own the property is going to really have a problem with
their
coming
land
and take their property.
And that's the thing. It's like expelling a people from their land so that America or Israel can take it is a war crime. It's against international criminal law. And what was really striking to me is that we have on the one side, this 34-count convicted felon, and on the other side, we have a man who the International Criminal Court has a warrant out for war crimes and crimes against humanity, because 46,000 Palestinians have been killed, and mostly women and children, and 100,000 have been wounded. And so Gaza has become a wasteland, and that's something that we don't talk about, but that's just the truth of the matter. And so you have sort of one alleged criminal and one convicted criminal making plans that are illegal.
This day 16 of Trump 2.0, and it's just typical of him to throw a bunch of cray-cray up against the wall and so that it distracts you from what's really going on. And the federal employees that are scared, that don't know if they're going to have a job, if they're going to have their retirement, and civil rights being diminished and human rights being diminished, and
people knowing your business.
And people knowing your business.
Shouldn't know your business.
Because a foreign agent has now access who's not been vetted by the United States government.
Right.
And the media is playing into it, in my opinion. I mean, you're allowing foolishness to distract us from facts and what is going on. It used to have people stand on the corner and just be crazy at Times Square. Now, they're all over the place, okay?
Nice to see you.
Devil, as always, trying to manipulate the narrative to attack Trump and any innovative ideas for American foreign policy. They prefer chaos and endless war instead of giving these innovative proposals from Trump a chance. And don't be fooled by this manufactured hysteria. And Trump is doing everything, not just to benefit the United States, but also to bring global stability. And that, indeed, is what a true leader does. And if you're tired of this media manipulation and want to see a strong America leading the world with vision and intelligence, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, share this video with as many people as you can, and turn on the notification bell to know the whole truth. Thank you all very much, and see you in the next video.